This is Stuart Cameron with a look at yesterday's rugby from the Borders. And when the draw's made for the semi-finals of the Scottish Cup tomorrow, there'll be two Borders teams in the hat, holders Gala and former Cup winners Melrose. Starting at Philiphaugh, Selkirk and Melrose did battle and it was tight up to half-time, with Mike McVie kicking 3 penalties for the suitors, to a penalty each for Andrew Skeen and Joe Helps, and a Callum Anderson try converted by Skeen. 2 tries in the second half from Ross Ovens and Gary Holborn, who celebrated his 35th birthday on Friday, both converted by Skeen, gave Melrose the win, with a Mike McVie penalty all Selkirk had to show for a creditable performance. We hear from Melrose skipper Graham Dodds, and first from Selkirk captain Gavin Craig.
It's quite hard to take because the only difference was they took their chances. We were down in their half for good periods of the game, but just couldn't turn it into points. Mikey was kicking really well to start with, and then just a couple of missed penalties and head starts to go and doing a wee bit. We kept plugging away and we kept pushing them, but we just couldn't find a way through their defence.
It was a tough encounter, and there was a very physical game, and we talked about it all week. We've not had a lot of joy here in the last couple of years, and Selkirk are a really stuffy side, especially at home, and we had a specific game plan today, and in patches we played it, but in other patches we were back to our old self, but we came here at quarter-final of Scottish Cup to win the game, and we've won the game, so we can't argue with that.
You can see highlights of the game on Borders Rugby television at bordersrugby.net, and the Ross Ovens score is one well worth watching. Visiting Aberdeen Grammar has always proved difficult for Gala, but they well and truly laid that bogey this season with a win at Rubislaw in the league earlier in the season, and also a victory yesterday by 27 points to 17. They managed 3 tries from Craig Robertson, his 16th of the season, Grant Somerville, and their 8th penalty try this term. Lee Miller converted them all and kicked 2 penalties to crash through the 300-point barrier for the season. Also in the draw tomorrow are Dundee High School FP, who beat Curry on the road 30 points to 29, and Ayr, who scalped Stirling County 31-13 at Millbrae. In the National League, Jed Forest had a must-win game at fellow relegation rivals Biggar, and it was the Hartree Mill outfit who came out on top with a bonus point victory, 35-14. Michael Weekly scored Jed's only try, with Ian Chisholm landing 3 penalty goals. Jed are back at the bottom, and it's now out of their hands with 2 games to go. They have to play the 2 top sides, Glasgow Hawks and Hawick, in their final matches, both at home, but even a maximum 10 points won't guarantee them survival. But it's not over till the Fat Lady sings, and Biggar have to play Selkirk twice and visit Kelso. In Championship B, meanwhile, Peebles raced to a 39-5 lead over Murrayfield Wanderers in the shadow of the National Stadium, but then took the feet firmly off the gas as they let in 24 unanswered points in the final quarter of an hour to win 39-29. But the 5 points takes them to within 1 point of Howe of Fife, and the 2 meet at the Gites next Saturday, kick-off 12:30. Callum Scott scored 2 tries, with Dale Clancy, Martin Cruikshank, Ryan McConnell and Ross Brown getting the others. Greg Rayburn converted 3 and kicked 2 penalties to put him over 200 league points for the season. Hawick YM lost at home 44-20 to Haddington, their 2 tries going to Graham Kellington and Adam Williamson. Finally, the results in the East League. Division 1, Berwick 21, Dunbar 20. Duns 21, Portobello 51. North Berwick 48, Langham 8. Division 2, Earlston 15, Dalkeith 19. Forester 20, Hawick Lindeen 22. Galloway M 39, Ross High 0. Trinity Accies 22, Hawick Quins 43. And in Division 3, RDVC 46, Walkerburn 19, and St Boswell's 12, Broughton 12. Next week, because of the Scotland versus Wales game at Murrayfield, which kicks off at 2:30, most local games will start at 12:30, but check with clubs for confirmation. Melrose are at home to Aberdeen Grammar at the Greenyards next Saturday. Kelso host Glasgow Hawks. Selkirk are at home to Biggar in the replay of the match, which was abandoned earlier in the season when Selkirk were 30-0 up. The big game in the National League is, of course, Peebles against Howe of Fife, while Hawick YM visit Lass Wade, looking for their first win in 8 matches. For all the latest news, results, video, audio and rankings, go to bordersrugby.net.
Stark, Main & Co. are a UK award-winning firm of chartered tax advisors and accountants committed to offering high-quality tax and business advisory services. With a committed and professional team, we have the focus and drive to help you change the numbers which are important to you. We are proud of the difference we can make together.